Hey beauties, welcome back to my channel. Today I have an exciting video where I'm going to discuss the brand new Louis Vuitton makeup collection. So the Louis Vuitton makeup launch has been very widely anticipated and also very widely debated in the last few days since we got more information on the official release, which will be on August 25th for pre-order and in stores on August 29th. There's been a lot of debate over pricing, packaging, color options, all of those things. And like I said, it's been very widely debated. I wanted to take a few days, gather my thoughts, hear what everybody else is saying, and form my own opinion that I wanted to share with you guys today. So as you can see behind me, I have some of my Louis Vuitton collection, and some of these items are my favorites in my collection. Louis Vuitton has been such a source of joy and happiness in my life. I know we don't get happiness from material things, but I also think it's the little things in life that make you smile, make you feel a little pampered. And Louis Vuitton has been just such a source of happiness and good memories in my life. I remember when I was 16, all I wanted was a Neverfull. I wanted a Neverfull so bad because it was just the epitome of luxury and beauty. And I just remember asking my mom for it all the time. And when I finally got it, it was just one of the happiest memories. It was such a surprise. And it was a symbol that, not that I had made it, but that I had reached a level of luxury that I hadn't before. And then when I entered the working force and I was able to purchase things on my own with my own money, it was a sense of accomplishment that I was able to obtain items of luxury that I probably never thought I would obtain when I was younger. And these pieces are some of my favorites. I picked up this Alma BB from the Murakami collection. I didn't think I was going to be able to get my hands on it, but luckily my sales associate at Louis Vuitton was able to get it for me. And this on-the-go tote right here is also one of my favorites. I use it all the time, especially in the fall and winter. I can put my whole life in that bag and not worry about it. You can put a change of clothes in there, a tire for your car, so many things in that bag. And it's such a beautiful piece, and I love it. And as you can see, I have a little charm for it there. So these are some of my favorite Louis Vuitton items. And like I said, Louis Vuitton is one of my favorite brands, if not my favorite brand. So when I heard that they were coming out with a makeup collection, I was like, sign me up. Let's do this. Let's go. So like everybody else, when I saw the prices on the Louis Vuitton makeup collection, which I'll get to in a minute, I was a little taken aback, but to be fair, I also did expect the prices to be higher than normal. I think when Louis Vuitton announced that they were enlisting Pat McGrath as the creative director for this launch, I think it was pretty clear that Louis Vuitton was taking this launch very seriously, and this was going to be one of artistry and just very high quality. So enlisting Pat McGrath as the creative director, I think, was our first sign that this was not just Louis Vuitton sticking their label on some eyeshadows and some lipsticks. This was really going to be a creative endeavor. And from the promo photos, the collection looks beautiful. Let me pull some of them up. Okay, so forgive me for looking down. I'm just looking down at my phone so I can read you this information. Let me pull some things up here. So first I want to give a shout out to these amazing pages on Instagram. First, Tavia at Chic Profile 4. She keeps all of us so much in the know with new makeup releases and launches. So thank you so much for providing that information and for keeping us all in the know. I also want to thank Glow Scope, who has been providing so many good photos and information about this launch, as well as Trend Mood 1. So starting with Trend Mood 1's page, I believe this was the first sneak peek that we had of this beautiful line. So here we can see, for example, this beautiful lipstick in the case. Oh my goodness, it just takes your breath away a little bit. And here we have the eyeshadow quad, the lipstick and the lip balms, which are in the white case. The lipsticks are in the black case. The lipsticks come in 55 shades. This is to reflect the LV symbol from Louis Vuitton, which in Roman numerals equals 55. And as you can see, this is the beautiful lipstick case. And it has the beautiful Louis Vuitton blossom emblem on the top there, and which is great because you can see the color through the lipstick case. And here we have a darker shade, very dark shade of the lip balm, and this gorgeous blue eyeshadow palette. This really has my eye. Absolutely stunning, that blue shade on top in particular. Then we have this gorgeous baby pink and lilac palette. Oh, so stunning. And again, the lip balm, lipstick. Now this palette is interesting. It kind of reminds me of the Lisa Eldridge palette that came out a few months ago. And it just has a beautiful gold shade, light pink green, kind of like a maroon shade. And there are some more of the lipsticks. And you can really tell that Pat McGrath put a lot of attention to detail in this line. Just absolutely stunning. Ooh, look at that purple shade. So very, very pretty. Very gorgeous. And there are the lip balms. Now, this palette is very, very pretty. This is kind of like a champagne gold and brown palette. Absolutely stunning. And just look at the packaging on this palette. It's so Louis Vuitton. It's just so Louis Vuitton. I love it. I think it's beautiful and sleek. And you can just tell that there's a lot of craftsmanship that went into this packaging. Some more of the lipsticks. And this is also pretty. This is a pretty everyday palette. You have like a champagne gold, a baby pink, or a rose gold, kind of like a magenta color, and then a dark brown. And then looking further, this is from Glow Scope 1, and these are some photos. It looks like from the display, actually, and the lip balms right there. Oh my goodness, just look at this packaging. So beautiful. Right there, that lip balm, so pretty. And then as you can see, Louis Vuitton is releasing some accessories and small leather goods to go along with the launch. So right here we have this beautiful pink, I guess, lipstick case. I believe, let me see. And here from Chic Profile 4, from Tavia, we have some more of the accessories. So here we have a beautiful lipstick holder. Oh my goodness, so beautiful. And it kind of looks like the lipsticks are a substantial size based on the width of them. It does look like a pretty decent size. And here, if you want something for your lip balm, you can buy a little case for that. I think I read somewhere that the colored accessories, so like the light pink or red small leather goods, are to coincide with some of the lipstick or lip balm shades. So I don't know if that particular one coincides with the lip balm shade that's in there. And then you have the cosmetic pouch, which I do own, but I actually don't use it for cosmetics. I use it for everything else. And then we also have something here, a little case for makeup brushes. So it looks like Louis Vuitton does have some makeup brushes to go with this line. Here are more of the brushes. Now you could see, I don't know if it's going to show up here. It has the beautiful Louis Vuitton emblem on the brushes. Oh, so stunning. And here are the brushes up close. And here are some more of these small leather goods. Really beautiful. I love that light pink one. That's gorgeous. And here are some more lipstick cases or lip balm cases. And here is a case with some blotting paper. I have to admit, I don't think I would spend the money on that, but to each his own. If you can't afford it, great. Look, I mean, more power to you. Okay. Okay, and here we have a look at the box that the eyeshadow palettes will come in. And just gorgeous, my gosh, so pretty. And just the outside case again, just beautiful. It kind of reminds me of my on-the-go tote right back there, so I think that'll be a beautiful combination. And here's some more of the small goods to go with those. I quickly want to show the eyeshadow palette options. So here they are. I'm really interested in the blue combination as well as the light pink number 350. That looks beautiful. The number 150 does look beautiful too for an everyday option. And the 951 is really calling my name too. Obviously, I'm not picking up all of these, but just saying what's really catching my eye. As far as the lipsticks, number 400, that purple shade looks very interesting. And then on this page right here, we have some more of the neutrals going from number 100 to 201. And then starting at 405 to 896. Really beautiful range of options. Okay, so let's delve into the eyeshadow palettes for a minute. These eyeshadow palettes retail for a whopping $250. Now, that is a very high amount for any makeup product, especially for eyeshadows, right? And by getting into this conversation, I do want to start with the fact that I realize that $250 is a lot of money, right? It is not a drop in the bucket for me either. Just because I spend money on luxury items does not mean that the money that I spend on it is throwaway money or that I just have endless income to spend on these items. I am like every one of you that works very hard for her money and has a lot of expenses and things that I have to spend money on and things that I have to prioritize in my life. but I choose to spend some of my excess money on luxury items, and that's my choice, right? And I think this kind of goes into a whole conversation of not judging people on how they spend their money, right? So I get judged a lot by people I know, friends, colleagues, things like that, about how I spend my money sometimes with luxury items. Some people think it's frivolous. Some people think you can spend your money on better things. And I completely understand their perspective as far as spending your money on things that matter. But I also try not to judge people on how they spend their money. As long as you're working for your money, you're taking care of your priorities, everything else is taken care of, then you should be able to spend your money how you want to spend it, right? You work very hard for your money, and if you choose to invest in luxury items, there's nothing wrong with that, because I may not agree how the next person spends their money, but I don't judge them for that. And even if I don't agree with it, I don't voice my opinion. So I think as long as we're being responsible, we're spending our money where we have to spend it, saving, all of those things, then if you want to spend your money on something a little bit frivolous, according to some, then go for it, right? But also, if you choose not to participate in this collection, then I cheer you on also, right? In this economy, the way things are in the world nowadays, the penny does not go as far as it used to, right? And there's a lot of things tugging in our attention, tugging in our wallet. And for me to just sit here and say, oh, $250 on an eyeshadow palette is nothing, I'm not going to sit here and say that, because it is not nothing for me either. It is something. But I'm making a choice to save some money and invest it into something that I want to purchase. I think it's important here on YouTube to keep the conversation going. That's why we have YouTube, right? Is to talk about things, review things, share our opinions. It's a beautiful thing about YouTube that we can have this open discussion and voice our opinions. That's what this is all about. But I also think it's important not to judge other people for how they spend their money or how they choose not to spend their money. So if you're somebody who's not participating in this launch by buying something because either you do not think it's a wise choice financially, or you don't want to support Louis Vuitton having these prices out there and charging this amount of money for these products, then I fully support that and I fully get it. But I also understand people like me who are choosing to spend some of their excess money or excess income that they have available to purchase these items. And also, because I create beauty content here on YouTube, it is part of, not necessarily the job because I do have a regular job, but it is part of my role in creating beauty content for YouTube, that I want to bring you this information and share my perspective on these items so that you can decide whether or not it's something you want to invest in. So let's get into the eyeshadow palettes, and I just wanted to put that out there before we get into it. But let's look at these beautiful eyeshadows. Okay, so I'm pulling up a page from Glow Scope 1. So thank you to Glow Scope 1 for providing all these beautiful images for us. So let's see. So we have palettes number 150, 250, 350, 450, 650, 896, 950, and 951. So this 150 shade is just that beautiful champagne gold and brown. That's really calling my name. This beautiful baby pink number 350. That's gorgeous. And the number 250 is nice, but I don't think it's anything that special. Maybe when we see swatches of it, I might change my opinion. This one, number 450, is also beautiful, especially that dark purple shade. That looks interesting, but it's not a color story that I wear normally, so I can't see myself investing the $250 into that color story. Number 650 is very pretty. I could see myself picking that up for more like an everyday palette. Those are colors that I do gravitate towards for every day. Number 896, this is kind of intriguing. That beautiful, like kind of wine color. It's really pretty. That's beautiful for every day. And number 950, this blue palette. I don't wear blue that often, but look, if I had an extra $250 to throw at this, I might pick it up. But just those colors are really pretty. And then this 951 shade is calling my name too, because I feel like that would be something I would get a lot of use out of, having green eyes. I think that that might be very complimentary. So again, those are the eyeshadow palettes, and they retail for $250, and the refills will cost $92. And so before I quickly touch on the lipstick products again and wrap this up, I just want to talk about very, very quickly something with the eyeshadow palettes. Now, in talking about the price, $250, I agree with you, it's a lot of money, right? It's an exorbitant amount of money, and most people would think that I'm crazy for even considering purchasing that, right? But as a makeup lover, and more importantly, as a Louis Vuitton lover, hopefully you can see where I'm coming from in thinking that this is an investment that I want to make. but I just want to quickly compare something. So this is the Chanel Vuitton collection that I just picked up. I just did a review on my channel on 2 of these palettes, and guys, that video was my best performing video yet, and I'm so excited about it because I never had a video that performed so well, and it means so much to me that people tune into my videos, want to hear my thoughts on these things. For anybody who watched that video, subscribed because of that video, commented, I just want you to know how much I appreciate you and value you, and I'm so grateful to have you here on my channel. And please let me know in the future what other kind of content you would like to see. If there are specific launches you want me to review, all of that good stuff, just let me know. Reach out to me, leave me a comment, or DM me on Instagram. I would love to hear your thoughts, and thank you for being here. I want to quickly note something about that collection. Now, I have this on my eyes currently. I have the Couture mixed with the Baroque palette on my eyes, and I love it. The Couture palette is a beautiful brown neutral palette, and this is a beautiful mixture of purple shade, a gold shade, a dark red, and a rose gold. So I kind of combined them to create this look for today. But I just want to note something. This palette costs $86, and after using it a couple of times, you can already see the embossing, which really makes these palettes very unique, is coming off. And while this packaging is absolutely stunning, and the collection does come with a unique dust bag for each of the palettes, it's a dust bag, right? And this palette, it's plastic, and it doesn't have anything particularly ornate on it, right? It's the classic Chanel emblem. It's classic Chanel colors. It's absolutely beautiful. It's timeless. It's classic. I just want to note that Chanel is one of my favorite brands, so I'm not knocking Chanel. I'm just trying to point something out as far as pricing. So for $86, you're getting that classic Chanel look with 4 beautiful colors, but it's plastic, right? There's nothing particularly ornate about this. With these Louis Vuitton palettes, they're made of, I believe, aluminum and brass. So they're a good quality. It's probably going to be a very heavy feeling in your hand. And it's something that's very ornate. It has that beautiful emblem on the front, the design. So I think there is something to be said about the packaging. For $86, you're getting this palette, but with nothing particularly special about the packaging other than the dust bag. But again, it's a dust bag. It's nothing innately decorative about the actual packaging. It's something external. So there is something to be said, I think, about the packaging for the Louis Vuitton eyeshadow. I think there is a significant difference that maybe I don't think it justifies the $250 price point, but I do think there is something to be said about an elevated price point for that packaging. And I quickly want to touch on the lipsticks. Again, before I wrap this up and give you my final thoughts, I want to pull up some swatches that Tavia over at Chic Profile 4 released. So thank you, Tavia, for providing us these beautiful swatches of these lipsticks. So here we have the swatches of the brand new LV lipsticks, and these retail for $160. So just like the eyeshadow palettes, it's an exorbitant amount of money to ask for a lipstick, but again, you are getting beautiful packaging, and you are getting something that you can buy refills for. It's an investment into the product itself. Here are the swatches. On the first page here, we have some beautiful kind of orange-based red colors and even an orange shade. That 601 shade looks very, very orange. This is really pretty. So we have some beautiful pinks and magentas, just absolutely stunning, especially that 504 shade looks very interesting. The 500 looks beautiful. The purple-based shades look very out there. If I'm spending $190 on a lipstick, I don't know if I would go for the most bold color. I would want something that I would wear more every day, but those are beautiful. This page is also very interesting in the 300 range, kind of more of a pink shade with a little bit of a purple undertone. And then we have the nude shades. These look beautiful, especially 108, 104, 103 if you're looking for something more peachy. And then these right here. So beautiful swatches. And thank you again to Tavia at Chic Profile 4 for providing these beautiful swatches. I believe that the lip balms have a scent to them that is similar to a mint and raspberry scent, and the lipsticks also have a scent to them. The lipsticks come in 27 satin shades and 28 matte shades to come up to 55 shades, which is the Roman numeral for Louis Vuitton LV 55. I also want to note that the price of the lipsticks is very, very hefty. But again, you are investing in the lipstick case, and also Dior has a lipstick that I believe is close to $600, like $595, And Chanel also has a lipstick that I think retails for $190 that's in a glass case. So I don't think it's the most far-fetched thing in the world that Louis Vuitton is charging $190 for the lipstick case. I understand that, again, it's a lot of money, but it's not unheard of. That's just my argument. So I'm just putting it out there. I'm just saying that there are other luxury houses that charge similar prices or more for certain items. And again, some people may say, well, those items are collector's items, or there's something particular about those items that this collection does not have. And my only point is that beauty is in the eye of the beholder, right? What I would spend my money on may not be what you spend your money on, or vice versa. People who don't understand our love of luxury beauty and beauty itself, beauty items, makeup, perfumes, they may think that we're crazy for spending the money that we spend on these items, right? For spending so much money at a Sephora sale or at a boutique for a pocketbook. People think I'm crazy for spending money on pocketbooks. But look, to each his own. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder. And that's the great thing about using your money to make a statement or to prioritize what's important to you. If you don't want to participate in this launch because you don't condone Louis Vuitton charging these prices, then look, more power to you. You have every right to use your money how you want to use it. And I think that we all just have to understand where people are coming from. And I just want to make a note of this. So this is my on-the-go tote that I've had now for several years. And I love it. It's just such a staple in my collection. And you see this right here? This is a bag charm for the bag. This did not come with the bag. This is how the bag came without the charm, right? So that is the charm. And this is a removable charm. I just can't get this side off. I don't know why. I don't remember what I'm doing wrong, why I can't get that off, but it is removable. And I think, if memory serves me right, this bag charm costs like around $600. If I'm willing to buy a $600 bag charm just to accessorize my pocketbook, you better believe that I will be picking up something from this Louis Vuitton collection. Just being the Louis Vuitton lover that I am, the deep, deep love I have for Louis Vuitton, it's just such, it's just one of my favorite brands ever. Just so many happy memories associated with this brand. I am so excited to check out this collection, to get it in my little hands and just feel it and see what it is all about. I hope that it lives up to the hype that's surrounding it. I hope that I find that it's worth the investment. Again, not saying it's not a lot of money. I'm not saying it's worth it objectively, but subjectively for myself, I hope that it's worth it. And I just can't wait to continue my love affair with Louis Vuitton and just check out this beautiful collection. Check out what Pat McGrath cooked up as far as the makeup products, the lipsticks, the eyeshadows, the lip balms, all of those things. I'm going to try my best to get this collection as soon as possible so I can get a review up for you guys. I'm going to try to put a pre-order in on Monday, August 25th. But if not, I hope to be able to get into the store on the 29th to see the collection, to see what it's all about, see the different options. I hope to get some footage for you guys as well, or some pictures at least, because even if you're not planning on picking up this collection, you might be curious to see what the collection is all about. And I want to give you my thoughts, my objective thoughts and my subjective thoughts as a Louis Vuitton lover. So thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I want to know your thoughts in the comments below. Please let me know. Let's get a conversation going. If you feel strongly about this collection, if you don't feel strongly about this collection, if you have questions, let me know. I'll try to answer any questions I can. And I hope to get a review up for you guys as soon as possible based upon what I'm able to get from this beautiful collection. So thank you so much for watching today. Please give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video. And if you like this kind of content, if you like my videos, please consider subscribing. I would love to have you join this growing community of beauty lovers. And I appreciate your time. I appreciate you being here. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.